All right. Hi, everyone, and welcome to Foundation. This is a preview of the winter update. I'm going to call it the winter update. They were calling it the December update. I think it's going to be done sometime in January now. They're still working on it, but they put a preview up on the beta branch that you can access in both Steam and Good Old Games. There's a lot of really cool changes, and my goal here is just to very, very quickly step through some of the things that are different. So let's get right into it. All right, we're a little further in, and the quest chain is pretty much the same so far. One other change here on the interface is you can see the profit or loss right on the main screen here, so no more hiding how much money we're losing. Okay, I just finished the granary quest. You can see that I got 100 gold for that, and now, as usual, I need to assign a market tender and then sell berries in the market. This is pretty easy stuff. This is just like the previous game. But when this is done, this is the first of the new quest type. So here it is. Increase your population by maximizing immigration probability. Assign a job to all your villagers, which I've done. And raise the happiness of your village to 100. And it also keeps track of how many days to immigration. Now, it's pretty easy this early in the game to get up to 100. The balancing has changed from the old game, and you can see that two people were passing by. Two decided to join, so I got this. Now I'm just waiting for happiness to rise up to 100, which it will in a second here, and then there I go. I complete that quest. Pretty easy to do early in the game. Okay, once the first immigrant arrives, and you can see in this particular save game I have one newcomer came in. There's my original 8 serfs. The first 8 villagers start as serfs. From that point on, you're going to have to upgrade to serfs if you want to. Serfs are the ones that need housing. Newcomers do not. So as soon as that newcomer comes in, the game kicks off the traditional message from the kingdom. The kingdom recognizes your efforts in establishing your settlement. You get the +4 kingdom influence and the +4 labor influence. It'll give us the quest, promote your first newcomers, and we can unlock the warehouse from the labor estate panel. Now here's another new quest. Promote your first newcomers. You are required to build a Lord Manor early. You have to assign a Great Hall, and at the end of the month you have to promote your villagers to serf. And, as usual, you have to unlock the warehouse from the labor estate panel. Now, where are the panels? Well, they're over here, where the little star is, where the splendor star is. Here's the estate panel, and so we're going to need 2 more immigrants to unlock the warehouse. But we also need to build that Lord Manor, and you got to be frugal, but they have rebalanced the prices and the upkeep, but you still want to build small when you start off. One more thing I'd like to point out here is weather. We're currently experiencing a light rain shower, and if you look around you can see the fog rolling through the hillsides, and it's just a very light rain. It's a little overcast. You see some dark lower edges to some of the clouds. This is part of the new weather package in the winter update that looks pretty darn cool. Alright, I'm building the Lord Manor. I made it very small. I didn't even raise up the height of the Lord Manor at all. I used a core piece. I used a door. I did not build a treasury. This is about the cheapest Lord Manor you can get. It's not quite done yet. The Lord Manor is now complete, and so I can come here and I can assign functions to the Lord Manor. We saw this in the last version. We're going to assign the Great Hall. This, in all caps, allows us to promote villagers. This is what we need. You can also do the treasury, and the study room is also new. There are secret blueprints that the developer said is in the game, but they don't tell you how to find the blueprints. It's a mystery so far, but right now we'll assign a Great Hall, and this allows us to promote villagers. So, at the end of the month, we will have a pop-up that allows us to promote our villagers. Right now we have 7 newcomers and 8 serfs. Alright, here we go. We're nearing the end of the month here. There it goes. Now we're at the end of the month, and now we get our first promotion. And you don't want to close this until you're done promoting. We know we already have our original 8 as serf, but we have 13 newcomers, and it gives you their jobs here, which is important because, in my opinion, as you promote, I think I'm going to promote everybody to serf, but I want to keep people in the critical food jobs down at the serf level, which is basically just above a slave, or a land slave, if you will, if you look at some of the medieval history. And because I want my market tenders and anybody that's involved in food, I want them to work as efficiently as possible. So I will never upgrade them past serf. But anyway, let's promote all. I have 490 cash, and I'm making $30 right now, or 30 gold in profit. You can see that the village is plus 39. You can also see that the trade income is 16. Trading is very important early in the game now because you can make some really good money trading. So let me promote all these people. And this, of course, unlocks a bunch of stuff. Trade is pretty important in this version. They have rebalanced trade a little bit. For Northbury, they're now paying 4 for berries, 6 for polished stone, 5 for planks. That's pretty good stuff. You can also buy fish from them, of course, if you're on a map like this without fish. And that is a little cheaper. I believe fish was costing 20 in the previous version of the game. Now it only costs 10. So there have been some rebalancing. If we see the trader coming in, and here he is right here, let's click on him. You can see that he wants to buy 30 berries, 20 polished stone, 20 planks, 10 wine. This is good money. Because I'm pulling down 28 gold a week, I decided that I was going to build a treasury. If you look here at the Lord Manor, a treasury is going to have an additional maintenance cost of 4 gold. I can afford that because I'm running at plus 29. So I'm building a very small, didn't even raise it up a bit, treasury to go on the end here, so I can raise my top line above $500. All right, now let's get to one of the most exciting things in this preview. Let's open up the forester camp. Let's notice right away, and I'm going to assign a villager here. Let's notice right away that you can choose tree types. Let's open it up. Let's plant oaks. Let's plant sycamores, which is really a lesser deciduous tree, but I'll let them live with the oaks. And let's plant poplars. And really, what's to stop me, okay, from making about 100 lumber camps and completely cutting down all the pines on this map and replacing them with oaks? All right, here we are. I'm a little upset that they're cutting down the oak trees, but you know what? We need the wood. No problem. I'm not going to talk to the envoy right now. Anyway, yeah, we're right at the end of the month again. We're at the end of the next month. I can promote 2 more serfs, and I've got 9 newcomers and 16 serfs, so I can promote those 9 newcomers to serf. I don't have commoners yet, so let's go ahead and promote everybody here. And I unlock a bunch of new stuff. In this particular case, if you click on here, it's going to open the estate menu. And because I have 20 serfs, I've unlocked the fisher hut and the hedge. Now, the one thing that I wanted to show here, and this is enough promotions, it's like, well, how do you get to commoner? Well, it's similar to the old game. Let's go ahead and open the villager list up and sort by status. And at the bottom of the list, we'll have our serfs. And if you look at the serfs here, sure enough, they want service. And that is how to open up the commoner promotion. So before, when you would build a church, some of them would auto-promote to commoner. Now, when you build a church, you will get the option to promote to commoner, along with the continued option to promote newcomers to serfs. So newcomers to serfs and serfs to commoners. So now we have to start to build our rustic church to get to the next level. All right, here we are. The rustic church is almost finished, but it didn't quite finish in time. Promote all these serfs. So now the rustic church is finished, and so at the end of the next month, we will have the option to promote serfs to commoners. And here's the quest where we can get our plus 10 kingdom influence. But anyway, these guys are all going in, and they're coming out, and they've got their service and stuff. But you notice, normally when this happens, they'll get their faith, and now they'll want clothing. Well, they don't want clothing yet because they're not promoted. They're all serfs. I could keep all these people serfs if I wanted. If I thought I could make enough money with them just buying the single food, berries, and that's it, then I could keep them all serfs and they stay very efficient with their 1, 2, 3, 4 simple needs. If I promote them to commoners, they're going to buy clothing if you have it, and they're going to desire a second food. And no, I don't want any. Sorry, I gave it the office there, pal. All right, so here we are. Now, because I had to wait for the next round of promotion, it's okay because I didn't have the clothing line done anyway. So I went ahead and added the sheep, and I added the weavers, and I added the tailor huts, which are tailor workshops, which are just now finishing. And I'm going to have a clothing market and a warehouse built pretty soon here. But now we finally get to the end of the month, and we've got our status promotions. And sure enough, all our serfs are listed. And we can pay 50 gold to promote them to commoners. and commoners want to buy clothing, which we can make money on. And we're still at plus 57. So again, you can see the village is giving me 71. Trading is giving me a whopping 53 now. I am trading, just to go over how I'm making my money, I am trading everything here from berries to polished stone to planks. Not wine, I don't have any wine yet, but these three are making me the big bucks. So if we look at the budget here, we should be able to see that the trade income, 30 berries sold for 120 gold, 30 berries for 120, 40 planks for 200, and 3 polished stone for 18. I need to make more polished stone, but you can see how important trading is early in the game. And so let's go ahead, and I'm just going to pick some. We might as well promote our builders. You know, for the food, I'm gonna try to avoid anybody that's doing food, promoting them to commoner, but I'll take the other ones, the transporters, sure. Probably not, though. Probably I won't be doing the transporters, but you can see the strategy here. There's a new strategy that you can work on. All right, the clothing market, or the warehouse just completed. The clothing market's ready to go. Oswald should be bringing in clothes any second now. And now you can actually see the income going up because now shirts are in stock. Clothing is in stock and people are starting to buy it, and I'm making a really good amount at this point in the game. It's not nearly as difficult as it was before. And look at these trees, would you? Look at that. Look at all of them. Man, I'm telling you, it's the best feature in the game, is having the forester camp be able to grow any tree. That is just too cool. Alright, I have decided that my next monument is going to be the keep, so I can show the new keep system and the new battle system, or the army manager. Alright, the keep's almost done here. It gets done, and you're given the rewards for having the keep done. I shall think about training soldiers. And then this pops up. You can go ahead and prepare your troops and deploy them right away. You can go ahead and do this, and you can see the rewards. 100% chance of a gold reward, 100% chance of a common reward, and an 80% chance of a weapon reward. Now notice the rewards here. We've got 10 kingdom influence, and we have 5 swords. And you will use the swords. So we'll prepare my troops right away, but don't send them out yet. Let's take the wooden keep, and let's assign who we have available, which is, I have 3 here. So I have 3 novices. Now, what's very important here is that once we get these assigned, let's open up the army manager. And we have novices, and they're currently partly trained. Now, this is important. You want them to be trained before you send them out on a mission. However, they're beating on these things with their hands. Let's give them weapons. I have 5 swords, 4 swords, 3 swords. Let's give them weapons. Look at that. They're holding on to the weapons now, and they're hitting on the dummies. And they're partly trained, and these 2 are untrained until they hit the dummies. You look at the mission list now. The difficulty is easy, the distance is far, the success probability is impossible. You want it to be above impossible, or else really bad things are going to happen. Villagers can get killed on missions, never to be seen again. Once they've been training a while, you can go over to the mission list. The success probability still looks to be impossible, but to really get a reading on this, you want to add the villagers. So let's add them. I've only had 2 trained so far. The other 2 have just been standing guard. The success probability is average. It's not impossible, so I'm going to go ahead and send them, and we'll see how it goes. All right, so the troops are back, and the game pauses as this pops up. My lord, your troops have been very helpful regarding the matter with our evil neighbors. That said, the matter seems far from being resolved yet, and we still need your support. Keep my troops with you. Send soldiers to help the king. Success probability low. 100% chance of a gold reward, 100% chance of a common reward, 100% chance of a rare reward, 80% chance of a weapon. Maybe another time. I should get something for this. And the soldiers are currently coming back. So, we have 2 wounded. 2 wounded. However, they got wounded. They didn't get any experience. However, Yvette and Helen got a bunch of experience being fully trained. They're back. Okay, what did we get? 440 gold, 22 bread, 4 iron, 2 tools, 1 sword, and 1 spear. Cool, so we got new stuff. That's pretty neat. It's the first time you get random stuff in the game. And yeah, that's it. I'm really excited about the winter update. I really like the manual upgrade process. I think it's really going to allow some cool options for both stockpiling a lot of money and also stockpiling food, because you can keep the food workers at a lower level of villager so that they're more efficient and they work more and produce more. And I think that's going to help a lot and give you a lot of different strategy options for building your city. All right. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you later.